All right, today I'm going to help you out with those delicate high soft shots around the greens. A lot of times we get ourselves short-sided, we don't have a whole lot of green to work with, maybe we need to carry it over a little bit of rough and want to get that ball to land and stop pretty quickly. A few things we're going to do to make sure that we can get that ball airborne pretty quickly. It comes off with low speed and just lands and stops very softly right next to the hole. A lot of the adjustments we're going to make are going to be in our setup. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the ball, rather than set up with my normal short game shot where the ball is kind of back in my stance, it's going to be middle to slightly forward. Okay, we can control trajectory with the location of the ball in our stance. The further back it is, the lower it's going to come off. The higher we want the shot, the farther forward we're going to put the ball. The other thing I'm going to do here is I've selected my most lofted club in my bag. This one for me happens to be 60. Yours might be 56 or something a little bit different. Mine happens to be 60. That's going to ensure I get the ball coming off with as much trajectory, as a high trajectory as I can, using the most loft I have in my bag. Our standard weight on the left side, weight on the front foot, and hands forward is also going to promote a lower shot. So we're going to do a little bit the opposite. I'm going to ask you to have your weight kind of centered and balanced here. It's going to be about 50-50 with the ball slightly forward. And you're going to let your hands actually be just a little bit more even with the ball, almost behind them, and that kind of adds a little bit of loft. And what you'll notice is the bounce of the club here is what's going to be what's resting on the ground rather than the leading edge trying to dig in. We're going to let that leading edge rest this way on the ground, and you're going to utilize a lot of the bounce for this, and the bounce is your friend here. And one last thing we're going to do with our swing is we're going to make sure it's slow and smooth. We don't need a lot of speed for this shot. Remember, we want the ball to come off high and soft and be moving slowly when it lands. If we want the ball to move slowly when it lands, we've got to move the club slowly to hit it. It's not going to decelerate. We're going to keep it moving. It just doesn't need to be quite as accelerating as we would be in the full swing or for some other greenside shots. So here's how that's going to look. I'll make a rehearsal swing or two here for you just to show you. My feet are pretty comfortably underneath me. My weight is balanced. Stance is slightly open. That ball is going to be a little bit forward. I've opened the face just a hair, and I'm letting the shaft lean backwards, not so much forwards. And then from there, it's just rocking my shoulders back and through with a steady pace, not a ton of acceleration. And let's see if we get this come off nice and high and soft and stop very quickly. So that one, after it landed, rolled about 3 feet. That's the exact shot I was looking for. So remember, to get it high and soft, let it be forward, let your weight be centered, hands can be back behind just a little bit, and move slowly.